So she fakes like she's black. She fakes like she's white. She fakes like she's Latino. Now she have fake people acting like they switched from being Republicans to being Democrats. What's going on, guys? I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm Ty Smith. You are watching my channel, Modern Renaissance Man. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to view my content. Make sure you follow me on the platforms you see above and below. Also, hitting this like button right here is how you can get my content consistently recommended to you, and it also helps the channel algorithm gets pushed out there for folks to see this, right? Also, folks, if you want to know how you can get me to look at a video you want me to see that you feel is important and things like that, the best way you can definitely do this is going to patreon.com/modern renaissance man. Read the tiers. That's how you can find that out. Okay. Last but not least, double check and make sure that you still are subscribed to the channel. Folks, you just cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. Then again, this is what they did. They made it up. Yes. I'm going to keep on showing you guys different things. Don't get me wrong. If they're doing this on the other side, I'll call the stuff out. If you show me some folks that was faking like they were, what are you talking about, Ty? I'm trying to say it in a way that I won't give it away, but I'm just going to give it away anyway. Kamala Harris them gets caught. They get caught having people faking like they were once Trump supporters, and then they flip them and they're going to vote for Kamala like they're these farmers. And not unfortunately, but very fortunately, it turns out these people were actors. Oh my God. Surprise, surprise. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Ty, what are you talking about? I'll show you what I am talking about.
Harris and Tim Walz have been accused of deliberate misinformation. They've released a political ad that claims to depict two former Trump voters who live in Pennsylvania and who have switched to Team Kamala after the horrors of January 6th. But this pair of farmers shown in the ad appear to, in fact, be two actors, Robert Lang and Christina Chadwick, and they have an extensive history of kosher of donating to the Democrats and leftist causes dating back to at least 2016. For a party that talks endlessly about the dangers of disinformation and misinformation, they engage in plenty of it.
Yeah, so this is great investigative journalism by the journalists that went and found that out. I think it's another illustration of just what is a very synthetic campaign and a very synthetic candidate, where everything is manufactured, from her anointment after Biden was pushed out to just the way the campaign is being run and very limited media, as we just discussed, and then creating sort of these narratives, or almost fictional narratives, of these two Trump supporters who turned, supposedly in this case, and it turns out they're Democrat actors. You can't make this stuff up, and it's pretty brazen. But the question, of course, is will these antics make it into the mainstream or not, with a media that's very favorable to her? But to the extent that it does, I do think things like this are damaging.
Kamala Harris and
Yeah, you heard it. You heard it absolutely right. You heard every bit of that. You guys, because we know that the elites are working with evil spiritual entities and they control the airways, it's crazy that the Bible referred to him as the prince and the power of the airwaves. Anyway, it's crazy that I guarantee you they're not going to call her out on this. I don't know if Fox News have gotten a hold of this. I don't know if Newsmax have gotten a hold of this, or any other news station that seem to have a little bit of integrity or balls to even bring this up, if they're even on this story right now. I hope that as many people you guys can share this video with, you would share with them, because people need to see this. What it's doing, you say? What is it doing? It can be, damaging to Trump, because it would appear that these people who once supported Trump, who was behind Trump, stood for what Trump stood for, and when that horrible thing happened on January 6th, that Nancy Pelosi says she takes full responsibility for, they blaming it on Trump, claiming that Trump is the reason why January 6th happened, making it like he allegedly incited an insurrection. when Trump has receipts. His tweets are still available to where he said, go down there and peacefully protest, let your voices be heard. Back the boys in blue. We are the party of law and order, yada, yada, peanut butter. All of a sudden, that was code for go tear the windows up and let the police and security escort you into the Capitol. So when y'all, once y'all get in there, just walk around, go to the main desk, kick your boots up and all that. That was code for all of that. Come on now. But yet, here we have these platforms and Kamala Harris herself making remarks about going hard against censorship, misinformation, disinformation. Here we had John Kerry, who I did a video on earlier today, saying that the First Amendment, like it's a threat to them and their agenda and what they're trying to do. They want to be able to have these companies tell us what we can and what we can't say on these platforms, but yet they can push across millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of viewers across the United States and across the world who watches these news stations that they play such commercials on, like what y'all see right here. They can sit here and like what they're describing in this right here, they can sit here and play commercials like this right here with these people on here who seem to be your everyday average Americans who are farmers out there trying to make it and do good, but now they're not going to support Trump because you have millions upon millions of people that viewed that video, that saw them. And most likely a lot of them, because a lot of them, I'm just being honest, why wouldn't they believe that? That seemed like it is a real legit story. If I saw something like that, I wouldn't believe it to the extent that I think that it's some actors. I think that I wouldn't believe it to the extent of I don't believe that that's their story and that's the reason why they switched. You know what I'm saying? That's the part I wouldn't believe. But to have them come out and be actors, how is that not misinformation? How is that not disinformation? How is that not misleading? You put your trust in so-called Kamala Harris, who cannot even answer questions when she's put on the spot. She don't know what to say. You can see it in her eyes. God, you can look at this woman say this stuff, and you really, she's not even believable. When she talks, she's not even believable. It doesn't even make sense. You know, okay, this is what I'm talking about right here. Check this out. Check out the difference between how she answers a question and how Trump answers a question. Watch this. This is what I'm talking about.
What your plan is to help lower the cost of living.
Yeah, first of all, thank you both for being here. And yours is a story I hear around the country as I travel. And in terms of both rightly having the right to have aspirations and dreams and ambitions for your family and working hard and finding that the American dream is, for this generation and so many recently, far more elusive than it's been. And we need to deal with that.
How are you going to bring down the cost of food and groceries?
Good. Very good. Thank you. So we have to start always with energy. Always. I don't want to be boring about it, but there's no bigger subject. It covers everything. If you make donuts, if you make cars, whatever you make, energy is a big deal. And we're going to get that. It's my ambition to get your energy bill within 12 months down 50%. If I can do that, we've done a hell of a job. 5-0, not 15, 50. Interest rates are going to follow, and actually they're going to follow for another reason. The economy is now not good, and interest rates, you'll see they'll do the rate cut and all the political stuff tomorrow, I think. And, you know, will he do a half a point?
We really would love to.
So what I'm saying to you, be realistic. If I was to tell you between the two questions that were asked that were pretty much similar, which one seemed like they gave a legit answer that you can understand? He flat out said, what we're going to do, we're going to cut energy 50%. You know what that means? That's more money in your pocket. Interest rates are going to drop, which means you are going to be having more money. How? Because you're going to be saving more, because you're not going to be paying what the current rate of interest is right now when it comes to homes, when it comes to cars, when it comes to credit cards. But to sit there and say, oh, well, see what we're going to do because of the American dream and the ambitions and the, what else can y'all, You know what? Never mind. Never mind. Folks, let me know what y'all think of this by putting it in the comments below after this video, all right? Don't forget, if you want to see the next video that I will be doing, most likely in chronological order, it's going to be right up there. And if you want to see videos I do that is variety of this channel, click right there. I am Ty Smith, Model Renaissance Man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I pray every last one of you guys are in great health mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.